one, check two, check one, check two. Hello, 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 hello. Just gonna wait for a few people to come on. Hello, hello, hello. Check one, two, check one, two. Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Jared Whitefish. You're here with the Red Deer Aboriginal Dance Troupe practice, and we're gonna get started right away. Let me know how the sound is, and we're gonna go from there. We're just gonna wait for a few more people to come on, and then we're gonna get right into it. So, let us know where you're watching from. Let me know how the sound is. If everything's all good, can you hear me? Let me know in the comments. Give us a wave, give us a heart, give us a like, give us a share for all those people just coming in. We're here with the Red Deer Aboriginal Dance Troupe practice. I am Jared Whitefish, also known as Jao. Let me know if you guys can hear me on the microphone. I'm going to be using this cordless mic here all practice. Let me turn down the music a little bit. So we're going to get right into it. So I am going to be doing this by myself, so bear with me. If we have any technical issues, then I'll probably won't be able to know about it for like a couple seconds. I'm going to keep an eye on the computer and also on myself, just going kind of back and forth in that section. And oh, you can hear me? All right, good. I'm going to get started. All right, everyone, dance. My name is Jared Whitefish. I'm from the Big River First Nation, Saskatchewan, Canada. And we are doing the Red Deer Aboriginal Dance Troupe practice today. And today we're going to learn about a couple of things. But before we get started, we're going to go do an intertribal warm-up song. So I'm going to change the song right now, and we'll get right into that. One second, guys. Get my sticks here. So let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know where you guys are watching from. I can see your comments here. 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna do the. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna do a quick warm up, just random moves. So usually I just like to kind of run around and feel the song. Do all my smooth moves in the beginning. Let me know if you guys can hear me. How's the sound for the So if you're watching from home, you could just join along and just do a freestyle tribal. That's what I'm doing right now. So whatever comes to my mind. Keep those arms up. Kick, kick, kick. Let me know how the sound is, guys. I don't know if you guys can hear me or if you can hear the music, but I will check after this is done. So we're gonna do some ground hops. So for those of you just tuning in, we're just doing a intertribal freestyle. Here we go. Okay. All right. Hey guys, let me know how the audio is. How's everyone doing out there? Can you guys hear me? Let me know. All right, I'm gonna turn on the music a little bit, and then we'll get right back into it. So, before any strenuous workout, what I usually like to do is I usually like to do stretches. So I learned these stretches back in high school, and before football games, we'd actually do these stretches in a line. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna start with your neck and your head. So you could all grab your neck and your head. That'd be good. So let me know if there's any glitches in the matrix. So we're gonna hold this for about 10 seconds. And then we're gonna switch. So when you're doing this, you wanna push your head this way, but pull at the same time. So it's kind of like a weird kind of stretch, but it works. You'll feel it on your neck area. So I'm not sure what those muscles are called, but they are used in a lot of the dancing, power dancing. So just gonna keep on doing that right now. Rotate your neck. Make sure you have a good stretch in there, good deep stretch. And when you're doing these, don't forget to breathe and just relax, and don't try to overextend yourself. So we're just gonna go straight across our body to the right. I mean to, guess would be your left. So to your left, we're gonna hold. And so this is just right behind our arm here, right underneath my shoulder. So I'm gonna hold that for 10 seconds and stretch it out. And then we're gonna do the other side. And breathe. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, the next stretch we're gonna do is we're actually gonna do the arm behind the back. So you're gonna reach for the sky, but you're gonna put one arm down, but then you're gonna put your arm directly behind your back like this. And what you're gonna do now is you're gonna stretch over like this and pull it So this muscle is stretched here, so it's engaged. So hold that for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Here we go. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So make sure that you have a good stretch and make sure you have enough room. And if you're watching out there and you're just tuning in, we are doing the Red Deer Aboriginal Dance Troupe practice today. And I'm your host with the most, Jared Whitefish, also known as Jow. And we're just doing our warm-up stretches right now. So the next stretch on our list, I do believe, is the arm rotations. So arm rotations are basically just simply what they are, like arm rotations. So we're just going to do some big arm rotations, at least 10 of them. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. But we're going to repeat the process, but this time we're going to go smaller circles, but fast. So, okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Okay. Then we're going to go backwards now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there we go. Okay. The next stretch we're going to do is actually called the hip rotations. So the hip rotations are essentially just you spread your legs about shoulder width apart, or even a little bit more than shoulder width apart. And then you're going to hold on to your hips, and then you're going to slowly rotate to your left. So we're going to do these about 10 times. Seven, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I'm just going to take one moment to look at your comments and see how the audio is doing. Hello, hello, hello. You guys hear me? Check 1, check 2, check 1, check 2. Okay, we're gonna get back to it. Sorry about the disruption. I know there's like a little kind of sound in the background. I think it's the cordless mic. So the next stretch we're gonna do is the ankle rotations. So ankle rotations are basically you put one foot in front of you, a little bit to the right, and then either foot. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna go on the ball of your foot, and then you're essentially gonna rotate all the way around to the right. So going forward. So you're gonna do these about 10 times for each side, and then you're gonna switch directions. And then you're gonna go to the left now. 9 and 10. So you're gonna do the same thing, but on the other foot. So heel of the toe, and then rotate to the left. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then you're gonna rotate the other way. So to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, here we go. So the next thing we're going to go into is the breathing techniques. So the breathing techniques, when you're dancing, the breathing techniques I found that are useful for me is actually like the UFC. So if you ever watch the UFC, you'll see some of the fighters when they're fighting, they're kind of like but their mouths are kind of closed, right? So what this does is it makes your they do that for a reason. It's to save energy. So when you're dancing, a lot of people don't notice, but the breathing is really a big thing. So before you go out and dance, you have to remember to blow in your nose, have a clear sinuses. And if you're sick and if you have a bad cold, I just don't recommend dancing. So if you're out there and you're just tuning in, don't dance. Go stay in bed, get better, and then you can dance another day. And then, so the breathing technique, I'm just going to show you really quick. It's just what I like to do is I like to breathe in twice and then breathe out once. So it's like. Oh, sorry guys, I lost my connection there. Let me try get it up and running again. Hello? Check 1 2, check 1 2. Hello, hello. Sorry guys, we're just having some technical issues here. 1 second. So, gotta try to reconnect this here. So yeah, like what I was saying is the breathing technique is, oh, that's me, sorry. So the breathing technique is essentially, like I said, the like UFC. So it's like you got to remember to breathe when you're dancing, or else if you don't breathe, then all of that oxygen is gonna try catch up, and then you're gonna be tired at the end. So I'm just gonna try to figure out the camera situation here. Not sure what's going on here. Can you guys still hear me? Let me know if you guys can still see me. Okay, we got the cam link. Okay, 1 second. There we go. 1 second. Yeah, we got the camera back up and running. So let me know if you guys can hear me out there. Yes, I'm teaching you guys how to dance, essentially. So the breathing techniques is something I wanted to go over real quick, because I noticed that a lot of people and a lot of kids, they don't really breathe when they're dancing. So remember, if you're teaching your kids or any adults out there, just remember to breathe and kind of breathe to the beat, because it's like okay. So the next thing I wanted to do is the head movement. So the head movement, I'm just gonna turn up the music a little bit here. See how it sounds. Hello, hello. So the head movement, I see a lot of new dancers, when they're doing the head move, when they're starting out dancing, they don't really know how to do proper head movement. And what I mean by this is either side to side or up and down. So it really all depends upon that style of dance you dance. So a lot of times the men dancers, it's a common theme to rock your head to the beat, because you have the spinners or else you have the rocker, and you have to really stand out. And so when you are dancing, for the men, the grass dancers, chicken dancers, traditional dancers, you have to learn how to kind of rock your head to the beat. So what I kind of compare it to is kind of like a bobblehead on the front of your dash. If you ever see how they move their head, that's how you kind of have to move your head when you're dancing. So for the women, I noticed that sometimes the women they forget to move their head side to side. So the women jingle dress and the fancy, I do believe, they like to move their head to the side. So if you ever see them on a crow hop, they're looking side to side, right? And even the jingle dress, and they're looking side to side. But if you keep your head in one place, it doesn't really look that good, right? So you have to remember the head movement is key, one of the key things. So when you're dancing, it's essentially you're doing a lot of things at once. So it's kind of like, do you ever see one of these? When they do that thing, it's kind of like that. So you kind of have to learn to do couple things at once. So it takes a lot of time, a lot of skill to master, but if you do it and you practice it enough, then you'll get better. So another thing about the head movement, so when you're doing a head movement, it helps you keep in time with the drum. So kind of like when you're at a rock concert and you're like feeling the music, right? It helps you keep in time with the drum. Also, it could work with the side-to-side movement of the head. So going like that. Another key I wanted to go over is the head movement. It helps you look like you're into it, and it helps you get into it. The dance, I mean, it helps you get into the dance because sometimes, a lot of times, things happen in our lives, and we just don't feel like dancing. But just a simple tapping of the toe, even moving your head, kind of makes you want to dance. If you're at home right now, just go ahead and try that. Rock your head, tap your toe. I don't know if you guys can hear me or can hear the drum, but it helps you look like you're into it, and that's kind of like what the judges want to see out there. They want to see that you're into it, and they want to see that you're feeling it, right? Because it'll show, like when you're dancing, the passion of dance will show through you. So if you're really feeling it, and if you really love dancing, then you'll express it with your body. So another thing is wanted to go into was this, the look on your face. So a lot of times when dancers are dancing, if they're really tired, they'll open their mouth, or they'll look really tired, and you could see it on their expression. So when I dance, a lot of times you'll catch me with my mouth like, all right, and I'm like really tired, and I'm just trying to catch my breath, and I don't want to. I'm not focusing on my face, right? Just because I just want to focus on my legs and stuff. And so a trick that I've just started to learn is the expression on your face. So you really have to learn how to keep your face kind of stoic, even though you're dead tired in the middle of that, like the third song, and it's like Saturday night, and you're just so tired. It's after quarantine, and you're just like, I don't know. But you're gonna have to keep aware of your face. So that's where that breathing technique comes in, of that UFC technique. So it's like, so you'll see a lot of the champion dancers around Power Circle. They do a lot of their faces are like really stoic. And along with that comes the men. This is directed to you. Shave your face. I don't mean to be rude, but some people, we have a style. You're known to have a beard or a mustache. That's cool, but a lot of people, like especially in business situations, they like to see a clean, shaven face, and that just shows that you're taking care of your appearance and you're taking care of yourself. So a lot of people that just a little tip out there: shave your beard, and don't dance with your glasses. And if you do decide not to dance with your glasses, get some contacts or something along the lines of that, just so you can see. Or if you don't have contacts, just go in there blind, but you'll kind of see where you're going, and just try not to run into anyone. That's what I do. So another thing I wanted to go quickly into is I wanted to go into the balance of your moves. So I'm gonna quickly go into what I mean. So I'm gonna quickly do a quick move. So you see what I did there? I went this way, and then I went this way. So like all things in life, we have to keep a balance. So what we do for one way, we do it the other way. And that really makes sense when you're dancing, and it helps you kind of remember and fill in those gaps of when you're kind of blank out there, and you don't know what to think about when you're doing your dance. So if you're just tuning in, you're here with the Red Deer Aboriginal Dance Troupe practice. I'm Jared Whitefish, sorry, also known as Jow. And I'm just gonna take a quick look at your comments here. Let me know how everything is going. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Let me know how everyone's doing out there tonight. Let me know where you're watching in from. Let me know if you guys can hear me. How's the music? Everything like that. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. So another thing I wanted to go over was making a routine. So making your own routine, that takes a lot of practice. Nowadays, people can simply go on YouTube and watch people dance. Like for me, that's what I did. I did a lot of watching on YouTube. And when you're just starting out, or if you're young and you want to get a little bit more better dancer, then just you really have to practice the songs. Also, you have to make your routine. So before you go out into the dance floor, it's better if you make a routine and practice it in your mind over and over and over again. And the best way I found to do a routine and do it fully through a whole song is break it down into 4 parts, kind of like the 4 sacred teachings, or I don't know. But for our power songs, most songs, they have 4 starts, right? And then the 4 starts, you can break those down into separate moves. So the first start I like to do, just to stand out, you can do like a big jump or something for men's fancy, or else if you're a woman's jingle or a woman's fancy, you can start off by, you know, a spin or something, just to catch the attention. And then what I like to do is I like to do the smooth moves first, because a lot of people, when they do the footwork right away, they waste a lot of their energy. So your first start is kind of like you're saving a lot of that energy. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the smooth moves, side to side. I'm looking side to side, rocking my head. Smooth moves. And then I'm gonna go to my footwork. So second part is your footwork. So I'm just doing a simple skip backwards. Don't forget to breathe. Then I'm gonna do a jump side to side. Rock your head. And then a big move. So your big moves could be, for women's fancy, could be a kick, or like that. Rock your head side to side. And then the smooth moves can chicken, and you go into your footwork. Okay. See, one thing I noticed that I forgot to do was I forgot to do the my face, my mouth, because a lot of times I'm really into it and I don't really focus on my mouth. But that's just something I'm currently learning right now. So forgive me for for doing that. Excuse me, it's kind of tiring. So another thing I wanted to go through was learning the songs. So I'm going to turn up the music right now. One sec. So one of the songs is this one by Whitefish Juniors. So one of the songs is kind of like a trick song. So I suggest that when you are practicing, practice the trick songs or brand new songs. You always have to be on guard, because it's more than just physical dancing powwow. It's about mental, spiritual, and emotional. So you really had to work on each of those things, just like life. So powwow really transitions into a lot into your everyday life, like the things that you have to take care of, that balance, the four sacred teachings. So what I mean by learning the songs, so there's a lot of different kind of songs out there. There's some with trick stops, or there's really some fast ones, or there's and then if you know the songs in your head and you practice them, and you also another trick to do when you know the song, sing it out loud or in your mind. Also, another good thing for a spiritual aspect of dancing, learn the songs, what they mean. So, O Kichita, that's our warriors. And so, when you learn these songs, it has much more of a powerful meaning, especially if it's in your language, or if it's not in your language, just go over to a elder and give them tobacco. See, that's what I mean. That's what I said about learning those songs, because that's a trick song. Oh, Kichita. So another thing I wanted to go over was the amount of energy that you put into dance, into your performance of dance. So if you're at a powwow and you hear a real jamming song or a real smooth song, so I'll do a men's grass kind of performance right now. So what you're gonna want to do is you really want to exaggerate your moves. Exaggerate your moves, because when you're doing this, you're giving more than you're asked for. So you're dancing, give more than you're asked for. Go a little bit beyond what you can do. That way you'll become a better dancer. And for footwork, it's really observing other people as well. Observe other people, how they do their footwork. Even these smooth little moves like this. And then there's also the move I call the karaoke. So that's basically just a sideways run. I call these the tired moves. So if you're tired out there, do these moves. This is a tired move, karaoke, because it's pretty easy. Doesn't take too much energy. Also, there's this one. So you stand there and you're basically hopping in one spot. And so when you're doing these tired moves, there's one you can do like this. What you're doing is you're putting all the weight on this leg and you're hopping, but you're just kind of switching positions of your foot. And you switch, and then you're engaging your core and you're twisting your hips. So just like you're doing this move, like the shake, the old 80s shake. It's like that, but you're going like this. And for you fancy dancers and you women's fancy dancers, make sure to keep your arms up when you're doing this too. Your mouth closed, and also your arms up, but look sideways too. Looks pretty cool. So check it out. And kicks. Smooth moves. Even a lot of jumps. Gotcha. Let's see, what time are we at? 6:36. So we're gonna practice this tricky Stony Park song that just came on. 1 second. Wait for it to come on. So while I'm waiting for it to come on, I'm gonna see what everyone's up to. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me or not? Check 1, 2. How's the music, guys? Is it too loud? Is my voice too loud? Let me know. For everyone watching out there, put a thumbs up. Give me a care. Give me a share. Share it to your own Facebook. Because these are some little tips and tricks that I'm giving to you all. I am coming live from Sylvan Lake, Alberta, just in the garage here. Cleared it out a little bit and doing some recording. So I'm gonna do this Stony Park trick song. So check it out. This is what I mean about learning your songs. Smooth. Footwork. See, this is a trick song. I'm gonna do my tired moves. Getting kind of tired. So, another thing I see a lot of people do, fancy dancers, they're not explosive enough. So you have to really be explosive. Lift up those knees and start dance to the song too. Hookah. Woo. So if you're out watching right now, let's gonna take a quick 5-minute intermission, get some water. So this is another key thing. When you're out there and you're tired, control your breathing after you're done. I know you're gonna want to go, oh my God, I'm so tired. Go. Because what you're doing is you're slowing down your heart. And when you slow down your heart, you're getting ready for that second song. Because it's gonna be another burst of energy that you have to do. So you're recuperating right now. You're taking this time to walk around. And after you're done dancing, don't stay in one spot, because if you stay in one spot, that acid will build up and you can get cramps like that. So when you're done dancing, just make sure to walk around, breathe. The breathing is the number one technique I always do. At this time, you can breathe normal. Instead of doing that like the mouth closed breathing, you can do the heavy breathing. So if you're out there, and, let me know how the audio is, guys. How's it going from San Francisco, California? How's it going? North Dakota. What's up, guys? For all those just tuning in right now, my name is Jared Whitefish, also known as Jao. You can find me on Facebook. I'm part of the Power Times crew, moderator, admin. So I'm just teaching everyone how to do basic dance moves today. And we're just gonna kind of get into the dance structure. So I'm just gonna give myself like a minute or two just to catch my breath. So we went over our turn moves. So I'm gonna turn down the music a little bit. Check 1 2, check 1 2. So how's it going, everyone? All those just tuning in, my name is Jared Whitefish. You are here with the Red Deer Aboriginal Dance Troupe practice. And so right now we're just gonna go over a little routine that I'm just gonna make up on the spot. So we're gonna talk about that four part structure of a song. So in the beginning, this doesn't go for all categories. Like if you are a jingle dress dancer, you can dance however you want. This is just a structure that I found that's really easy to remember, right? So the first one I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a smooth move. So a smooth move is basically just, something that doesn't use too much energy. So I'm gonna dance chicken for this one. So chicken dancers like to do a lot of smooth moves, like drag your foot the other way. Then you can do your whatever for the dumpies. So second start is footwork. So this footwork I'm doing, it's goes like this. You're basically putting your foot behind it, but it's like you're kind of doing a skipping up like that. And then you do this at the same time. You can rock your head and go to the side. So like, and then you can go switch this into a million different kind of footwork. So and then you can go crisscross too. So these are your big moves, like your kicks on the third start. Kicks could. So the third start is your kick, all your big moves. So the ones that make you stand out. So even at the third start, you can pick up your legs a little bit more for all the chicken dancers or else the grass dancers. Just go a tiny bit harder. Rock your head. Then the fourth start, add everything together. So, smooth move. Smooth move. Then footwork. And then you can do your kicks. Smooth move. Jump, 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 jump. Hacha. So that's the kind of the gist of the 4 parts. So I'm going to teach you guys a little bit about footwork. So there's a million types of footwork, but these are the kind of the main ones that I use. So one of the main ones that I use if I'm getting tired or if it's a fast part of a song or the pickup, you can go like, it's just basically what I said, that hopping, twisting your hips, going side to side. And then you can transition that to any like a lot more footwork styles. So you can even do that in the back. So you can switch it. So you can go. It's basically the same thing. You're hopping on this foot though. So you're going. You switch. That balance. Singing the song. And then also there's you can add smooth moves and footwork together. So what I mean by this is that move I showed you guys earlier. It's the heel toe. So heel toe is basically you go on your toe, then you go back to normal. Or else you can do the toe. So basically it's just here. Go this way and this way. So heel up and then your toe. So you're going like that. So it's like this. Then you go switch. So the focus is here, kind of, the main focus of this move is you kind of have to kick with your heel. So you're going like this. Kind of put your hip into it. And then the smooth move, where that comes in, is you can go in a circle, so it's like this. So this is a really good grass dance move. So another pickup move you can do is the jump. So you just jump in like this. So essentially what you're doing is you're jumping like back and forth there. So you can do that. Then you pick up your legs a little bit. So it is possible to probably do a whole song like that. But I'm gonna check on everyone here. How's everyone going? How's it going? So everyone just tuning in, my name is Jared Whitefish from Whitefish from the Big River First Nation, Saskatchewan, Canada. And we're gonna do about maybe 10 more minutes of practice here. And teach you guys a little bit about footwork right now. We are here with the Red Deer Aboriginal Dance Troupe practice. So another thing I wanted to go over was what is it? The Wizard of Oz dance. So the skip, if you guys ever watched the Wizard of Oz, there's a skip at the end of the movie that they do. You'll see them going down the yellow brick road. And so a lot of people don't know how to do this dance, but I'm gonna teach you guys right now. It's kind of a harder, complex dance to get, but they have tutorials on YouTube and stuff like that. But I just kind of learned this like last year, so it's really cool to do, especially if you're like on a crow hop. So if a crow hop comes up next, I'll probably do it, but I'll show you guys right now. So what you're doing essentially is you're jumping onto the heel of your foot. So you're gonna go, and then you're gonna kind of put your weight onto this foot. So you're gonna kind of shift your weight. So I'll just do it once and then I'll show you guys explain it. So it's kind of like a skip. So this one's kind of a harder move. So wait for the next song to come on. But while it comes on, I'm gonna do the so jump, shift your weight onto this side. Then once you're here, you jump to the other side and then do the exact same thing. So jump, jump. Did you catch that? Let me go over that again. So I'll do a sideways profile. Maybe you guys can get it. So jump, shift your weight. I'll do it in a circle. Even pointing helps me because so if you point towards the direction you're shifting your weight, that kind of helps me a little bit. You do your head movement as well. So you go. So quickly, I know this is kind of off topic, but I wanted to quickly show the women's jingle sidestep movements. So it's essentially hopping on the balls of your feet, but you're kind of doing it like a bounce. So you're going like, I mean, that's kind of an over-exaggeration, but a lot of, that's exactly how the movement is though. So a lot of people go in and out with their hop. They go side to side. A stoic face. Kind of like you're looking around for I don't know, some change. And then when they do downbeats, they kind of bend their knees. And then they go look side to side, stoic. Oh, I got bucked. Anyways, that's how you do the ladies side step or jingle. So all those ladies out there, I know that's not really a man's category, but I just want to quickly go over there. If you ladies out there wanted to learn how to do the side step, that's kind of how I seen it done. I don't really know if that's like 100% accurate, but it's kind of I've seen them do it by that. And wait for the tail. There's always a tail. And at this time you can do your fan. Do your fan. Then you go line up. So one more thing I wanted to go over before we get bring this in for landing is the placement of the judges, or else the spotlight. So a lot of times when you're dancing out there in the arena, there's going to be judges, right? And so before you go out there, a little trick of the trade, know where they are, and kind of plan ahead. Like this is always like a pre-game. The pre-game is so important when you're out there, when you're dancing. You'll always have the pre-game before you go out there, and then you'll have a really good championship performance. So I'll do a little demonstration. I'll get a boxer, basketball. So let's say this is a judge. Let's say this is a judge, the basketball. So before you go out, kind of have your structure planned out. So if you're a traditional dancer, try make yourself stand out. Like even so, there's a judge right there. And you're a traditional dancer, you're jamming out from side to side. Traditional dancers do a lot of the balance. Do one side, you do the other kind of thing, and then you do Just telling your story, right? Traditional dancers, they tell the story of being on the battle. Make sure to get low too. Getting low in traditional is kind of hard, but it's kind of like a looked after kind of a move. Let me know how the volume is, guys. Can you hear me? So here's our our judge. Make sure to do your deadlifts. Move beside them. And then you see them right here, but don't look at them directly. Just kind of do your deadlifts. Move beside them. And then add a little bit of head whips, your fan. See how that looks? When you move your head like that, side to side, the movement, you look like you're really into it. Especially if you put your body into it as well. You're shaking your fan and your stick. Sorry guys for that noise. I hear it just standing here. So and if you have armbands, make sure to flick them. Downbeat. That's a little demo for that men's traditional. So what time do we have here? So we have about, is it 3 minutes? So how's everyone doing? Let me know if, where you're watching from. Let me know if you guys can hear me clearly. I'm your host with the most, Jared Whitefish. I'm just filling in for the Red Deer Aboriginal Dance Troupe practice today. It's Tuesday night live. It's kind of raining out today, so we just decided to do the practice in the garage, and just to not get wet, and just to keep that social distancing. So if you're out there in Facebook land, make sure to give this a share, make sure to give this a like, and make sure to hit us up. And we have a lot of great stuff coming. We got webinar training, which is going to be happening next week on July the 7th with Motivate Canada. And so what this training does is going to include people like Michael Linklater, Dr. Kahente Miller from the Ottawa. She represents, she's a big advocate for the missing and murdered Indigenous women. And she's a really powerful speaker. I did a lot of research on her recently. And Michael Linklater, he's a basketball player, a professional basketball player at that. I shouldn't just say basketball player, but he's a very good basketball player, and he knows a lot about leadership and success. And he's a First Nations descent. He's an Indigenous person. And we have some other guest speakers like Patrick Mitzwing, or our friend, our family, Patrick Mitzwing. He's going to be speaking as well on media marketing and starting a successful Facebook page and marketing and promo, stuff like that. And it's gonna be a really interesting thing to watch. So if you're free next Tuesday at, I believe it's 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and it's gonna be 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure to tune in, make sure to join us, make sure to leave a comment. We're gonna get that started. Also, we got a project coming up in September. It's going to be for the Red Deer Museum. So it's going to be an exhibit, and what it's going to do is going to add a lot of all the categories into one exhibit. So 1 second, let me see if the audio is good for you guys. Check 1 2, check 1 2. So the exhibit. The exhibit, it's gonna have the men's fancy dance. It's gonna have the men's chicken, the men's traditional, the men's grass, and it's gonna have the women's fancy, women's traditional, and the women's jingle, I do believe. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna showcase uh, a full regalia, how it looks, and it's going to display it all across Canada. So they're going to travel from place to place with these items, and they're going to kind of like showcase them. So that's coming up in September. So if all those who are included with that, make sure to get your stuff done. I know it's coming up quick. It's coming up quick. September's coming up quick. So, and if you're out there as well and you're just tuning in, thank you for watching and thank you for everything. Let me know how the volume is, guys. I know it's kind of all over the place here. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Hello, hello, hello. Check 1 2, check 1 2. So we're gonna go. So I think that's all we're gonna be doing today. So for all you guys out there in Facebook land, thank you for tuning in. If you want to rewatch this video, you can go to our page on Powwow Times on YouTube, I do believe it is, and also on the Red Deer Aboriginal Dance Troupe page, which you can join. It's just, I believe it's on Facebook. So all those people out there, thank you for watching. I'm Jared Whitefish, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.